Let's take a tour of the 3ds Max user interface. When you first launch the program, you may see a window that asks you if you want the classic or the design standard workspace. And I chose the classic workspace or the default. And we can see in the upper left-hand corner, we have a pull-down list to choose different workspaces. And we'll take a look at those in a moment. Let's first just examine those aspects of the program that are common to all of the workspaces. First, we have the main toolbar across the top of the screen. Most of the tools on the main toolbar are unique and are only found here. So the main toolbar is pretty much a constant in all of the workspaces. Likewise, the viewports here, where we can see and manipulate our 3D scene, are of course common to all of the workspaces. On the right is the command panel, which is sort of the heart of the program. And we can create objects, modify them, control their animation properties, and so on from the command panel and its various subpanels here. At the bottom, we have various tools. For example, we have down here a transform type-in area that allows us to directly input position, rotation, and scale data. You'll see as I move my mouse around, those numbers are changing, indicating the position of my cursor in world space. We've got controls for creating animation keyframes here. Additionally, some transport controls for playing and rewinding animation. And finally, at the extreme lower right-hand corner are viewport controls. We'll look at these in more detail later. Right now, I'll just mention, for example, you may want to expand the size of one of these panels. Click on the button in the very extreme lower right corner, and that will minimize or maximize the selected panel. Those are all the elements that are common to the various workspaces. Let's take a look at a couple of the other workspaces. From the pull-down list, we can choose Design Standard. And that is a workspace that has the most common tools for certain users right here on the modeling ribbon. For example, if you're an architect and you're not really in need of animation tools, and you just want access to some of the most common lighting and rendering options or tools, those are found here on the ribbon. We're not going to really cover all of these. You can explore this at your leisure, but this is just a sort of simplified and stripped down interface. More interesting to me is the default workspace with enhanced menus. Go up to the pull-down list again and choose Default with Enhanced Menus. By enhanced menus is meant two things. First, that there are simply more items in these menus than in the default workspace. And second, that the items have illustrations, and additionally, the menus can be torn off and customized in various ways. For example, I can take this little panel of Create Lights and drag that off, and now I've got that in a floating window, or I can close it. The enhanced menus are more useful in 3ds Max 2016 than they have been in the past, so they may be worth a look. I'm going to use the default or classic workspace throughout the remainder of this course, and so I'll set back to the workspace default.